So, are you a worrier? Do you suffer from what-if-itis? What if this? What if that? What if it doesn't happen? What if it does happen? Oh my God, what am I going to do? Oh, I'd be enjoying this party, this holiday, this day, this sunshine so much if I didn't have this awful worry. Why have I got this awful worry and other people are really happy? Does this sound like it's ever been you? Well, it's certainly been me, and I'm not saying that I have zapped it completely, but I have, what do I say, 85% got rid of it because I know how to control it and stop it controlling me. So how did I do it? Well, I think the main thing that helped me was meditation. But this little chat is not about meditation, that's for another time. But if you do want to learn to meditate, I have a great method on my website, the Power Method, that I developed after I'd been doing transcendental meditation for about 20-25 years. And then I was always helping people with their stress. I don't mean making them more stressed, but helping them be less stressed. And I then decided to train with British School of Yoga as a stress consultant, and after that I developed my own method. But anyway, this is more about little ways that seem little to deal with worry, whether you're meditating or not, that can really help. And the main thing is that we take the worries too seriously. I mean, I'm not talking about if it's a genuine big worry, but even then, if there's something tangible you can do, then do it. But if there isn't, worry's not going to help, which at the moment doesn't sound very helpful. But I will carry on and I'll tell you what I mean. Excuse me a moment. So it's when we take a worry seriously that's the problem. And if you think of a worry as a bully, and the more you encourage a bully, the worse they get. And a lot of worries are entirely imaginary. I know it's been the case in my case, and it's like, oh God, what if this happens? So you go into your mind and you then try and solve something, which sound like Sean Connery then try and solve something which has never happened and is probably unlikely to happen. So how do you ignore it? Well, I think the best way is to think of the worry as a bully or just a passing cloud, and you don't try and push it out. The more you try and push it out, the worse it'll get. So the trick is to not think I've got to zap this worry and stop having this worry before I can start enjoying my life. No, you just carry on doing things and you let the worry just be there on the sidelines, but you don't give it any attention. It's like, well, certainly when I was a teenager and had spots, I was told if you don't leave those alone, if you pick at them, they'll get worse. And of course they just got worse and worse and worse. What would have just gone on its own, you know, it sometimes end up like a horrible crater in the middle of my face. So I know it sounds so simple, but we take worry too seriously, many of them. A horrible thought pops in and we think, oh my God, I've got to solve this, I've got to take it seriously, I've got to solve it. But realising that you don't have to, that worries are mainly nonsense and you can just ignore them and they will go away. I promise you it really does help. A book that I really recommend, or I can't think of the specific title at the moment, but Claire Weekes wrote some lovely books. I think it was in Self-Help for Your Nerves, where she just talks beautifully about how to float over worries, which I think is a really nice terminology. We're just there, but you're floating over them, you're not letting them bother you. Obviously, if there's something tangible you can do, like if you're worried about, you know, not having enough money for something, you can take on more work, sell something on eBay or etc., or something you can sort out. But whether it's a big worry or small worry, if there's nothing you can do today, I think you just have to have, or try and have, this inner trust and just don't give these worries any attention because they're nonsense. And honestly, you're thinking, oh God, that's no help. But really, it makes an enormous difference when you just let them be. I think, do you remember Borders? I don't know if you remember Borders when it used to exist. And I used to love going in there and sort of go and get a coffee and checking out a few books, you know, and it worked well because I would normally leave buying at least one or two. And I can remember reading this book about this man who said how he'd solved worry, and it was very similar to what I just said. And he said he was about to go, I think it was somewhere in Connecticut, and he said he was about to go out to a tennis party at the weekend, and he was really grumpy. He thought, well, you know, it's all right for everybody else, you know, they can enjoy this lovely weekend in the sunshine and playing tennis and eating lovely food, you know, but they're not going to be dead in 6 months. And then he thought, well, hang on a minute, I'm not actually going to be dead in 6 months, I just imagined it. And, you know, and he also sort of said something similar to, he could be on a train and be looking at all the other passengers and think, oh, you know, it's all right for them looking happy reading the newspapers and the books, they haven't just got a few months to live. And he realised it was all in his imagination, and he chatted to a friend about it, and the friend said, you know, we all have worries, it's how we deal with them. And that's it. So just try that. Just try ignoring the worry. If there's anything you can do about it, do something. But hey, you know, if you're worrying about what you're going to say to your friend or your business associate or the bank manager on Tuesday, I mean, obviously you can have a bit of a plan for the bank manager, but in general, don't plan too much, because how can you have rehearse a conversation when you're not there? You'll be there on Tuesday or a week on Tuesday. It will just come to you, especially if you're not focusing on worry and you're just focusing on the joy inside you, because it is inside us all, underneath all the flotsam and jetsam, at the basis, at the source of all our thoughts, there's just pure calm, pure happiness, pure bliss. And all these horrid thoughts, they really are just bullies, they're nonsense, they're passing clouds. You don't have to take them seriously. I think when we're a child it can all begin with magical thinking, and this was one of my problems, you know. I would get a thought and think, oh my goodness, this is really going to happen. And if occasionally you thought something that did happen, like just something silly, like, you know, if I don't go back and step on this crack, then I'll be sent to bed early or something. And if by pure coincidence it happens, you think, oh my goodness, you know, I have got magical thinking. And then from then on, you just take these silly thoughts seriously. And it's like a way of dealing with OCD as well. OCD is a bully, easier said than done. I mean, I definitely have OCD tendencies. And I used to have it that I had to, if something happened, I'd think, well, if I don't go back and walk around the shop or whatever the right way, or if I don't go back and retrace my steps, this thing will happen. And then I realised it was just like these bullying thoughts and complete nonsense. So I forced myself to not do it. And you know what? Nothing happened. It's like when I absolutely refuse to reply to these chain mails that are terrifying sometimes. I once got one that said, it was via email when I think I was just starting out online in about 2003, and I got an email that said if I did not reply to it, I'd be dead in a week. Now, the old me would have got absolutely terrified and then just focused on this impending doom all week, and I just thought, oh, what nonsense, and I suppose I floated over it. I forgot about it most of the time. I focused on doing other nice things, lovely things, and then suddenly there's, 2 weeks later, oh, I'm alive, hello birds, hello trees, I'm alive. So really, just for now, that's the tip for today. It's like, if you've got a worry that pops in that seems really serious and you've got to solve it, unless it's something tangible you can do now, if it's all in your imagination, something that might happen, don't pick at it. Just do something else, focus on something else, let it be there, and I almost guarantee that you'll be feeling a lot happier. Okay, that's me, Janet Mail, for You Are Gorgeous, and have a happy and worry-free day, and bye for now.